Hello, welcome to Web of Stories. My name is Melinda, and it's Friday, which means it's 5 on Friday time. So, 5 on Friday was started by Suey at Suey's Book Banner. Please ignore the noise over there. It's my daughter's getting a snack. And each Friday, we present a list of 5 themed books. And we don't coordinate, so I don't know what she's doing this week. She doesn't know what I'm doing this week. But it's just a thing that we do because it's fun. And she makes these really nice edited ones. I just set a timer for 5 minutes and then try to do this all in 5 minutes. So let's start with that. I get my little watch going here. Okay, today is not only Friday, it's the first day of March. And March is a great month because not only is it the coming of spring, it is like all of the booktube events seem to happen in March. So today I have 5 books for you that you might want to consider putting on your March TBR that might fulfill, well, 4 might fulfill a booktube event and one's just really springy. So let's start with the spring book. And this book is The Improbable Future by Alice Hoffman. So Alice Hoffman is probably most famous for the practical magic books. And this book has a lot in common with practical magic. I believe it's kind of like could even be in the same universe. But everything about this book just reeks spring. Everything about it is springy. It's the only, we talk like a lot about autumnal reads and getting into the season with summer reading and fall reading and winter reading, but no one talks about spring reading. This is the springiest book I have ever read. So highly recommend this if you just want a book to get into the mood of spring. Now, if you're doing middle grade March, if you saw my video, I am doing a book called The War I Finally Won by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. But that is the second. This is the first one. It's The War That Saved My Life by the same author. And it won it was a Newbery Honor Book. And it's about a girl and her brother in England who are evacuated to the country during World War II. I loved this book. I read it for a book club. And I loved it so much, so I went and I got the sequel, and then I didn't read the sequel. So middle grade March is the perfect time to do it. But this was a fun book. If you like historical fiction and you want to participate in middle grade March, this is a really good option. Now, let's say you're doing the Irish Readathon. When I think of Irish, there's a lot of wonderful Irish storytellers. There just are. But one that immediately pops into my mind is Maeve Binchy. And the book of hers that I remember the most is the first book of hers that I read, which was Circle of Friends. I read this way back. I might even have been in high school when I read it. And I loved it. And I saw the movie, and the movie wasn't as good. The movie had some great actors in it. It had Minnie Driver and Alan Cumming in it. And Chris O'Donnell, which I thought was a little weird, but whatever. It also kind of changed the end, which I didn't like. But the book was fantastic. So that is a great Irish book. If you want to get into Maeve Binchy, and she wrote a lot, that is a great option. Okay, so let's say you're doing March Mystery Madness. Now, there are prompts for March Mystery Madness. I don't know what they are. I should, but I don't. But I do want to recommend a fantastic literary historical mystery if you have not read this yet. Highly recommend Ordinary Grace by William Ken Kruger. If you know me, you know I am a stan for William Ken Kruger. And he has his mystery thriller series, which is the Cork O'Connor series. But he also has 3 standalone mystery novels, historical literary mystery novels that are like slower pace, more introspective, but really good. This is the first of those. I always talk about The River We Remember, but this is an easier book to get because it's available in paperback. So loved this one. This is actually the first William Kent Kruger book I read. I actually read this and then went and started the Cork O'Connor books. So this is the one that started my fandom. And it did win a number of awards, including the Edgar Award for the best mystery novel the year that it was released. So figure out which prompt that goes to. I don't know. And then finally, March of the Mammoths. And March of the Mammoths, I am not prepared here, but I have my mammoth right here. It's so heavy. So heavy. It's right here. I read it. You can too. So Mammoth is anything over 800 pages. And this is, if you get another edition, this is 800 pages. My edition is 782. But if you get it in paperback, it's 800. And I read this book, not in a month. It took me like 6 months. But that was a plan. It was a slow and steady. But it's fun. If you like fantasy, it's kind of like history fiction meets fantasy. ish. I liked it. It's just, you know, if you're going to read a Mammoth, it's a good way to go. So 43 seconds to go. There you go. There are some ideas for reading this March. As I said, I love March reading. I have read all the books I mentioned, so obviously I won't be reading them in March. I did talk about what I will be reading for the war for March Mystery Madness. Irish Readathon, I'm going to read Brooklyn by Colm Tóibín. I don't ever do March Mystery Madness because I always read a lot of mysteries. So, you know, March Mystery Madness is every month for me. And then for March of the Mammoths, I'm going to be doing the love songs of W.E.B. Du Bois or Du Bois. I always say Du Bois, but I think I've heard people say Du Bois. But anyway, those are my choices. But the ones I recommended today, I have read them all and I stand by them. So thank you very much. Like, subscribe, join my Discord down below. Let me know what you will be reading for any of these in March. I'm always interested to see what people will be reading for the different readathons. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.